Hello everyone and welcome to the Action Figuratorium. My name is Mark Major. I am, of course, yes, that's right, a real big toy collector hunkered down here in a studio in Southeast Portland. Keeping it real, people, keeping it real. Now, some of you have figured it out by now. You are fans of the channel. I am an old school marketing guy, sales and marketing. I have been out there doing sales and marketing for a long time. Now you just look at the age on me. Look at this. I'm like a wise old owl. And today we're going to be doing one of my favorite things, indie toys on Kickstarter marketing analysis. I love doing this because I love seeing all the new toys people come up with, and I love seeing people's marketing plans. And today is no different. This is another 3.75 O-ring action figure line. And again, to those people out there that keep saying that 1/18 scale is dead and O-ring is dead, just the opposite, people. It is just the opposite. It exists kind of as a boutique artisanal sort of offering these days. You do get some 3.75 from like these Super 7 guys, and every once in a while Hasbro will gift us with something in that scale, like they did those really great looking Ghostbuster figures. But for the most part, it exists in the indie scene and it is going strong. And so we're going to look at the rise of Nexus. And I don't know what a Nexus rising is or what that means, but I've looked at the figures and they look like they're a lot of fun and they look like they're priced right, and so I say keep them going. Anyways, strap on the leather, people. Hold on tight. Let's cut over, shall we, to desktop cam. And when we do this, let's go through the magic of a portal. Oh, it's like wizards or something. Anyways, let's watch their little trailer video. This looks pretty good. Let's make it big. Here we go.
Rise of Nexus.
Has anybody seen my wallet? You can't fall downstairs if you're already at the bottom. Who wants quail eggs? A grenade in this economy?
4 elite operators, fully geared with removable masks, holstered sidearms, and retro O-ring construction. Wave 1 launches on Kickstarter September, only from Solid Raven. Collect, battle, rise.
There you have it, folks. Collect, battle, rise. So let's check out the campaign. We have got, it looks like, I think it looks like 9 figures essentially so far. These 4 guys are the main 4 offerings. You can see they actually have a total of 9 guys altogether. I think this is wave 1, the first 4. I think these 5 are wave 2. I could be wrong though. I flipped through the marketing and it wasn't instantly clear to me what is what, but these guys do not skimp, and it looks like it's a father and his son. They do not skimp on the marketing materials, okay? So here's what their packaging is going to look like. A typical, you know, you put card with a bubble. Everyone does that. It's very classy, good way to go. Back looks great. We see a lot of people doing this, a sort of, you know, Delta 17. They kind of got this look as well, and everything seems, you know, pretty apropos with what we expect for collectors of an O-ring style action figure. And these guys look pretty good just right out of this, you know, image of these cats here. I always like it when you can get a chick in a beret, and if it's a red beret, even better. Okay, so Psycho, Sleepwalker, Night Owl, Wolf Pack, some sketch art, some 3D art, a YouTube video. We get some drawings, we get some prototypes, we got some prototype soft goods, we got some prototype figures, prototype packaging. There's kind of a sort of a group shot of 5 of them. Here's their character sort of you know, Friday the 13th Predator-looking dude with a couple of G.I. Jakes. Here they are with Skeletrons. Here's the, I like the crying mascara on this figure. Here's this character with a little Delta 17 that I mentioned here, and a Baroness. It's the Baroness where she's got, like, you know, some kind of weird George Byrne glasses on, George Burns. So this is interesting. Cross-line compatibility with Legends of Hidden Force. If we go over to Big Bad Toy Store, this is a 3.75 O-ring line that was launched by Whiskey Jack Toys. Was successful in its crowdfunding, and you can now pre-order most of them. There's a bunch that are already sold out, but these, I've been following him. I've actually also covered some of his other Kickstarters that he's done since this one that were not successful, that were 3.75. In my opinion, the stuff he was doing looked good, but he did it too soon. He should have waited till these, which I believe are ready to ship or have shipped or coming in soon on the water from China, will be in people's hands. I think he should have waited until people got the Hidden Force, Whiskey Jack Toys that is, and then started showing them on social media and then launched. To me, that would have been the right way to go. But you know, you got to get these things going sooner than later because it takes like 2 years, sometimes longer. So I could see why he wanted to launch, but it was unsuccessful. But now we get to see, that's the Rise of Nexus website. Now we get to see that these figures here are all compatible with those Hidden Force guys, which is kind of cool. I really like this. I like the looks of these. This guy's kind of, he's sort of poor man's Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. And it's always good to see that people come with plenty of firearms and weapons. Oh, look, this guy's got the bow. And these guys look pretty good for this style. I mean, they've got these big sort of giant pins. I'm sure some people could bitch about that, but that's the way the original G.I. Joes looked. It's a retro thing. You kind of accept it. You move on. Pins is just a thing. Some variants, you're going to be able to get these guys in different colors, right? You can get them in like the all white, and this guy, you can get him in the Rasta colors. I think that's pretty cool. Look, you can get him as in the Snake Plissken colors. That's totally Snake Plissken, by the way. So we're going to look at the rewards in a minute. Look, there's a lot of marketing material on this Kickstarter here. There's no end to the amount of graphics and what you get and sell. Some stretch goals. This chick is includes exclusive bonus head, is going to be a stretch goal. I would be cool. I would get her. I would totally, that's right up I'm into that. I would collect this. I don't know if I'd get this guy, but he's just kind of generic, you know, olive green army man with hidden face. This guy's cool. He's like if you need a sort of spooky Cobra Comanche kind of guy. And it's just sort of figures that they haven't figured out what they are yet. And then this stretch goal number 6. It's hidden, we don't know. But here's some extras, and we're going to get to the extras in a minute when I go to the rewards. So in addition to the action figures, for $10 you can also get a pack of trading cards. For $8 you can get a mini poster. Is that like how? Don't know how big. Oh, 8.5 by 11. Okay. Enamel pin. Everyone loves enamel pins. 3 Rise of Nexus vinyl sticker sheets. I think that is an excellent idea. These are all excellent ideas, by the way. We've got some bonus accessories that you can get. Looks like 9 unique accessories. That could be heads. It could be these weird things. Don't know. Rise of Nexus weapons pack for $12. It's just a crate. Not sure what's in it. Silk screen posters for $50. That's actually, haven't seen that yet. That is cool. That is pretty cool. Meet the team. I didn't really go through and check out the team, but they all look like guys who work in the indie toy field, and it's probably should reassure you that this will happen. Okay, let's go to the rewards. By the way, we have to just point out, since you know, this is a marketing analysis, they only need $60,000, which is pretty cheap. If you think about it, I was expecting that this would have been something like with this many figures. If they're just trying to get 4 guys, the first 4 guys for $60,000. Okay, I get it. they're trying to get all 9 guys, I would think that you'd want about $120,000 for the 3.75 guys. So maybe they have a little bit of extra scratch, or maybe they are reusing some parts from Hidden Force, or maybe some other guys. This might be some sort of, you know, a little bit of mixing and matching with some other indie toy lines. Don't know. But $60,000 on a Kickstarter for action figures, this is super cheap. We are only into day 1 of this, and already they are at $26,000 for 135 backers. I'm going to say that this will fund. I'm going to come out and call it early. This is going to fund. How much will it fund? Don't know. This is going to be kind of cool to track. They only got this open for a month. I'm already wishing the Rise of Nexus team the best. I would love to see all these figures made. Why not? This is cool stuff. We need more of these. So let's get into the actual pricing. And this is kind of where the deep dig in marketing comes in. All right, enter the arena. 1 action figure, $23. Is this too much for an O-ring figure? Is $23 too much? Should it be less? Should it be more? Are we getting this for a deal? How do you guys feel about the $23 range? It seems about apropos, about right for these days. If you want 2 guys, $45, so you save $1. A little bit confused about that. We'll get into that in a bit. 3 guys, $68, right? Again, if you buy 3 guys, you save $1. Little bit confused, right? Then we've got some early risers. This is like you can get the 4 guys for $75, it looks like, but you got like 1 day to do it. That's a good deal. That is a genuine good deal. It's almost like you get a free guy. Also includes mini poster. Why not? We could all use more mini posters. Then we're getting into more of these multi-packs. Squad up, 4 action figures, another 4 action figures, another 4 action figures. You get to mix and match guys. There's an all-in tier, 10 action figures, a VIP all-in tier, 20 action figures, double up Rise of Nexus all-in tier for $560. It's 2 of everything. And then there's this retail crate. This is for, you know, if you're a store and you're going to be buying a lot of these guys for resale, this is the package that they have designed for you, and nobody has bought any, but it's only day 1. This might be the kind of thing that they sell later. And of course, on any of these, if you look on the side, you can always add the mini poster, the trading pack, the sticker pack, the enamel pins, all the weapons packs, plus any of these other figures. All right, so do I need to put the graphic up at this point, or have you guys seen it enough? Here's the breakdown of best practices of marketing for action figures, right? And we're only 13 minutes into this, and we're already at the best practices. 3-tier pricing: a standard figure, a deluxe figure, a luxury figure. That is just the most money you can squeeze out of the public, is to make something super cheap and standard that anyone can afford it. Then you make something deluxe for those who are willing to spend more money if you give them more stuff. Then a luxury item. What is the luxury item there for? The luxury item is for people who have a lot of disposable income and will buy the most expensive thing on the menu simply because they can. And if someone out there is going to spend a lot of money simply because they can, it is up to you to have something ready to go to sell them so you can scoop it into the bag. And it doesn't have to reflect the value of the thing. It just has to be a thing that you say is a luxury item. What do you think luxury purses are? Do you think there's any, like, a luxury purse, a Louis Vuitton purse, works better than other purses? They're like, oh man, my purse is broken down the side of the road. It doesn't run. You want to borrow my Louis Vuitton? That doesn't make any sense. Luxury items are simply there for people who have the money to buy, okay? So this has got a lot of standard figures for $23. I know that inflation and tariffs have bumped the price up. $20 would be better. because it's kind of an even number, right? But I understand if you got to squeeze a few extra dollars for every figure to make it work on your end, that's what you have to do. You can't sell at a loss. So I get the $23. 20 would be better if you could get it down to 20 by omitting some garbage that people don't care about, like, do things need to come with what's the packaging on this stuff? So like these guys come with a base, come with like some kind of a mask, a couple of guns, base, backpack, couple of guns, couple of weapons. If you could get rid of some things like maybe the base, right? And then you say like, well, if you want to buy a pack of bases, they're like, you know, 20 bucks for 4 or something, or, you know, 8 for 20 bucks or something, you know, something like that. Maybe get rid of the base, maybe get rid of a pistol, scrape it down to get it as low as possible. You will sell more stuff. Remember, action figures at the factory is a quantity game. They need as many figures as they can get made for the factory to be happy. The more figures they get made, the cheaper the cost of the figures, the more money they make. So anything you can do to get the price down, even if you're not making as much per figure, you're selling more figures, okay? So it looks like they've got the standard. I did not see anything in terms of a deluxe figure. I didn't see a figure that was priced slightly higher, like say 35 or even 40 bucks. That would then come with like say 2 extra heads or hands and extra packs and accessories and stand and stuff like that. You could make a deluxe figure by simply taking one of, you know, and maybe the guy's got soft goods. You could take a regular figure and you can turn him into a deluxe figure by simply adding more stuff in the form of accessories, heads, weapons, bases, soft goods, things like that. And then I don't see any kind of a luxury item. And a luxury item would just be some expensive thing for them to buy. It could be something as stupid as a figure that is painted gold and silver. It could be that dumb. I mean, that's pretty dumb. Could it be that dumb? It could be that dumb. But you really always want to have some kind of luxury item. Usually what happens is you make it its own kind of unique, big, giant, gross thing. But you could cobble together something for a luxury item. Now, they do have a lot of different packs that are expensive, and you could say that that is the luxury item. You could say that $285 for the all-interior is a luxury item. In terms of pricing, I get it. You could do that. But really what you should do is you should have a luxury figure. In fact, the second best practice is the wider the variety, the more sales. And these guys have a great variety. But when you're working on the variety, you really want sort of a 2 to 1 to 1 or really a 0.5, I should say. You really want kind of like 4 standard guys, 2 deluxe figures, and 1 luxury item. That's kind of where you want to start, and then you just sort of expand from there. This guy's got anywhere between 4 and 9 standard items. That is a huge, huge variety of figures. This is going to do well. Because of the variety, this campaign is headed somewhere, all right? And the last thing, my best practices, is that all the marketing material has to be on the Kickstarter page. I do have their website pulled up, and they have a bunch of marketing material on here as well. But to be perfectly honest, as I scroll through here on their website, the Kickstarter looks better. So they've done that correctly too, okay? Now, other best practices that aren't in the big 3 is the sale of add-ons. They really go a long, long way to padding out the sales in the cart to get the numbers up there. And this cat has got them, and he's did it right. And in fact, if anything, I mean, he might be stretched to his limit with all this stuff. The trading cards, great move. The mini poster, fantastic. Could he have done a digital mini poster, the digital version, for $1? Sure, why not? I mean, if someone's willing to give you $1 and you send them a PDF, like, how many you want? Let me shovel those PDFs over to you. Enamel pin for 10 bucks. Perfect. The vinyl sticker sheets. This is amazing. If anything, do more. Do more stickers. 3 sticker sheets. Have 3 different packs of 3 sticker sheets. Have like variant A, variant B, variant C. Bonus accessories. Strip out crap from the figures, get them cheaper. Resell those as accessory packs. Brilliant. Weapons pack. Keep them coming. Silkscreen poster. Love it. This is perfect. What else could they do? T-shirts, hats, wristbands, headbands, charms, right? Charms that kids could put in their Crocs, Croc charms, you know. You can get away with all this sort of dumb crap these days. It flies in these Kickstarters. It works. Coins, collectible coins. Why not? If you can find someone to make them, make them. And the cool thing about all this sort of stuff, most of these things you can get made right here in the United States. You can get made right here probably in your own town. You can go to a local printer. You can have them cranked out and you can deliver these, right? If some guy just orders the shirt or the sticker or the poster, he doesn't even get an action figure, so you're not waiting on this 2-year wait from China, but he bought the shirt. Get the shirt printed. You can send it to him. People start getting these things. Wait a little bit, right? Because there's excitement. Oh, when am I going to get anything? Send these things out, right? Fulfill these things when people start getting grumpy. Hey, haven't got an update in a while. What's the latest? Where are you at? Hey, send them their shirt. Just shut up. Take your shirt and take your goddamn poster and just shut up. It's coming. Well, you know, like the guy with the retro G.I. Joe line, who's like, look, you paid me to learn how to make figures. So you got to wait till I learn how to make the figures. The Operation Recall. I love that. I love the story of the Operation Recall. Just every month that it drags on and people complain, it gets better and better. Plus, I've actually started to see some of the prototypes, the packaging, and the figures. Actually, it's worth the wait. They look pretty cool. But it's time for me to weigh in on the actual toys themselves. I think we all agree that this thing has got legs. It's got to get to $60,000. It will fund. It's got 9 different guys. I believe it's 9. I kind of don't know if it's only 4, if the extra 5 or the second wave or whatever. It seems like they got 9 guys to sell, plus a bunch of repaints, variations. Definitely going to make it. Are the figures cool? Now, if you like O-ring figures, and I do like the O-ring figures, I do like the 3.75, I feel that these guys, to me, look pretty good, good enough. I would be totally happy with these guys as a form of G.I. Jake. They're not quite G.I. Joes. They're something else. They're not like some of the other novelty ones. The Hidden Force guys were all these sort of like Oriental adventures, you know, sort of ninjas and that kind of things, shogunates, you know. And these guys are sort of like oddball B-team mercenary dudes, right? You got the low-rent Snake Plissken guy. You've got the low-rent Rasta, you know, Friday the 13th Predator guy. There's our Plissken man. I think these guys are pretty cool, and I think that there's something. You got this like Agent Smith goes camo guy. You've got this dude with you know, he's some sort of like comb over freedom fighter guy. You have this is super cool with the weird shredded outfit. He's some kind of, you know, night ops Dr. Doom guy, right? He's got this sort of badass mercenary commando pilot guy. These dudes sort of work in their own weird universe way. They're just enough like the old G.I. Joes. They're just different enough to where you go, they could fit in. These guys are going to work with all the other retro lines that are coming out, including the Operation Recall and the Delta 17. And this is all part of this sort of rebirth of the O-ring experience. I can get behind this. I think everything I see here is cool. Some figures, personally to me, look cooler to me than others. But there's a big enough variety where you may go, you know what, Mark, the figure you think is cool is lame, but the figure that you think is lame, I think is cool. And that's what you want when you're doing these campaigns. You want something that captures everybody. You want to get everybody's money and scoop it all in the bag. But as always, I am not the authoritative be-all, end-all of any of this. I am the starting point of conversations. I bring this stuff out just so that we can begin to talk about it. And as always, I'm the dumbest guy in the room. When I look at these things, I don't understand anything about it. I need you, in addition to what I can glean off their webpage, to fill me in on what's going on. Because that's what marketing is, to tell you what the thing is, tell you how much it costs, and make you want to buy it. And see if you throw down for this thing, right? So let's start the discussion. Do these look cool? Do they look lame? What's the pricing? What do you think? How long do you think these will take? I'd love to hear all the feedback on this, and I answer pretty much everybody out there because you know what? I think it's a lot of fun to answer everybody. So, thanks to everybody who made it this far into the video. I think you know who you are. And, you know, liking, subscribing, those are YouTube things. You're either doing that or you're not. I have no control over that. But everybody else, you know what you're going to do? Stay charged, people.